Hey, thanks for checking out part 2 of the Kali Lab playlist. In this tutorial, I'll be showing the top things to do after installing Kali Linux in 2022. The first thing to do is enable source packages. Copy this command. It will ask for the password, which if you're following along with the series, it's still the default Kali. Then use the arrow keys to navigate to the bottom source and delete the hash so it's active and not a comment. Then hit Ctrl+X then Y to save changes. Hit Enter to keep the same name. Now let's address the default password. Passwd to change the user Kali password. When you're typing, nothing will show. That's for security reasons, so an overlooker can't see how many characters your password is. Just click Enter. Retype it and click Enter again. Sudo I to become root. Then passwd again to change root. Input the password if it asks for it. Now we have to update all the packages so we can make sure we have the latest features with the most recent security patches, so we're not running older versions that are vulnerable to any CVE or contain bugs. If you're unfamiliar with what a CVE means, in my VulnHub walkthroughs I'll explain them. This command first gets an updated list of the packages and the second upgrades those packages. It might need some time to run, so let it do its thing. If it finds obsolete packages, you can safely remove them easily with this command sudo apt autoremove y. Before we move any further, let's take a snapshot on a known working instance. Head over to VirtualBox Manager, locate your Kali machine and click on Take, name it Fresh Install and the date so you know how to refer back to it. If you weren't aware, Python is the most important language for hacking, and most of the tools are written using Python and Kali Linux. If you find a tool you need on a Git project, it's most likely a Python script. To execute it, you need to install Python in your Kali system. Use the code shown to install Python in Kali Linux. Now let's create a low-privileged user. Sometimes scripts are messy and shouldn't be ran as root. To do so, type adduser with no spaces, then what you want to call your new user. Let's add the new user to the sudo group so it can run as root when we need to. The command is usermod gsudo then your username. Since we're configuring this Kali virtual machine for ethical hacking and learning, let's install a terminal multiplexer. It lets you open many terminal windows easily. It's a hassle to open new ones for each command or script we will run. Termux will be my choice. You can choose whichever multiplexer is easiest for you. Sudo apt install termux is the command to install it. I will have a tutorial focused on termux and all of its intricacies. Now that we have updated the sources list, changed the default passwords, updated our packages, and remove obsolete ones, installed Python 2 and Python 3, added a low-privileged user, installed a terminal multiplexer, we can get into learning about the different tools required to successfully hack some VulnHub boxes.